On a scale of 9 to 10, how
is that an EVGA graph scale?
yeah. Yeah.
Now I want to do
We'll
this.
have to drop that into this video or something from the other one. I said, Jay, we need to have a serious talk. Heaven's gotta go. Like, it's old, it's tired.
You know, I always knew that.
Let it rest, Jay.
I always knew that. But hearing you get triggered by it, even on in the background, I like
Admiral or Captain?
I don't know. I mean, Warships put me in their game.
Do the quote, Jay. Do the quote.
I like boats.
Yeah.
No short Wi-Fi password, dude. It's still on the right.
Hey everyone, so I am here with JayzTwoCents.
You mean Jay-Z?
JayzTwoCents. And we just got done, this video will almost certainly not be live yet when this one goes up. Mm-hmm. We just got done spending, I don't know, like 7 or 8 hours or something on 10 hours.
It went by pretty fast, actually.
Yeah, on his testing setup. So pretty fun stuff. Now we're gonna do an office tour.
Yep.
I did an office tour with you at your old unit.
Which was literally standing in a warehouse.
Yeah, it was pretty nice though.
I had to be creative with the way we built the sets and stuff.
And so now, though, I've actually, despite being here for basically the entire day, I've only seen the room we worked in, which is cool because I haven't gotten to see the rest of it. So let's do the tour. Before that, this video is brought to you by Thermal Grizzly and their new Duronaut thermal paste. Thermal Grizzly claims its Duronaut paste is intended for long-term stability and endurance, focusing on paste longevity in addition to the usual performance focus. Thermal Grizzly's Duronaut paste comes with applicators and spreaders, and ships in numerous tube sizes, aiming to provide a high-end paste for PC builds and daily driven overclocks by enthusiasts. Learn more at the link in the description below.
Downstairs is sort of segmented, I told you, into production, testing, production, video production. Upstairs is all administration, but I have a room here that I haven't done anything with yet.
Okay.
As you can see, it's sort of just a storage unit at the moment.
Was this from your sim racing stuff or what?
Yeah, we just haven't moved it upstairs yet, 'cause
Okay.
that's where those are going. I had visioned this room being sort of a like consumer tech set, if you will. It would always, think of like a Twitch setup. So if we wanted to do anything with, which I don't really do very often, but keyboards, mice, headphones, stuff like that.
Face cam from like a monitor would work in here pretty well.
Yeah, but an environment that's always set up for that sort of video. But I'm conflicted on that because, as you can see, the room is small.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of sound treatment. It has noise pollution from the street because it's just glass. Even though it's a concrete wall, it's just glass there.
Does it make sense to set up your sim racing stuff in here? Or is that going that you have a spot for that?
It's funny that you mention that because this is what we thought could be nice for that because we want to do a flight sim setup as well. Mostly because Micro Center is starting to really get into that sort of stuff. So we could build a true flight sim.
Do they have boat sims?
No, but I don't see why we couldn't make one.
I think that's where you need to go.
The little wooden wheel on there or whatever.
I mean, it might take a while to go anywhere in it, but I'm just saying the warships ads write themselves.
So anyway, that's this room. I'm not. We've been in here a month and a half now. Haven't done anything with it.
This is where the money has actually gone. Yeah, these are cool. So this one I remember you doing, the EVGA like sort of tribute build.
Yep.
It is really sick.
Where I had to put my Not 4090 in there to have a place to let it truly call home.
Yeah, the next gen graphics, as they made us call it. I actually always liked the gauge cluster they did.
Yeah,
it looks cool. But the last of EVGA, I guess. So what about this? This was a mod you did, right?
Yeah. So this is one of the Falcon Northwest Tikis. When I just had this wild hair, like I want to do a case mod.
Yeah.
Used it, but I was watching The Expanse a lot at that time. So that's why I came up with this spaceship theme. They call it the JayzTwoCents instead of the Rocinante from the show. It's not on right now, but the RGB effects, and this is why I love RGB, is this hole that I made has a LED ring around it that has fire effects.
Oh, cool.
So it looks like an actual fire is burning.
That's sick.
In there.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Like the scorch marks from
it's easy.
like a laser blast.
So yeah, this is just PLA, and PLA melts at a low temperature, and that's just
so
my
did you actually
soldering
just burn
iron.
it? Yeah.
Actually, what I did was I took my torch on a screwdriver, got it red hot, and started using the screwdriver.
Oh, cool.
This was the second build I ever did using glass tubing.
So
when I was learning how to cut and score borosilicate glass.
Is this a D-frame?
Yeah, it's a D-frame.
Yeah.
I liked it because
I don't remember this colorway from them.
The green was apparently rare. They had gold and black.
Yeah, I remember that.
Green and black, I think a red and black.
The D-frame's a nice case.
But I felt like this tied into like my automotive passion because it looks like a roll cage kind of a thing. So this just stayed together. I mean, that's 2 Titan XPs, glass tubing. Don't even remember what CPU it is, but I know it's an X299 because it's on a Rampage.
There's even a color match sort of green on the sticker back here for the power supply.
Proprietary PSU mount though, so you can't put a standard PSU in there. So you had to use theirs, which is a weird 1065 watt. This is the room that you would recognize it from a camera angle this way. So I literally just took the same talking headset we always had.
I had seen all of this. I had not seen this.
Yeah, so that was always off to the side. It wasn't always in view. But yeah, so I just kind of transplanted that old set into here so it was recognizable.
Yeah, it looks really good.
We haven't filmed in here a whole lot, but I'm not kidding now when I say I kind of want to do a monitor wall with heaven going on all of the monitors now. You've really planted this seed. Seeing your reaction to it really made me now want to do this.
We'll have to drop that into this video or something from the other one. I said, Jay, we need to have a serious talk. Heaven's gotta go. Like, it's old, it's tired.
I always knew that.
Let it rest, Jay.
I always knew that. But hearing you get triggered by it, even on in the background, has me loving it so much more already.
Oh, you could fit at least like 40, 50 monitors in here. It could be the heaven room.
So this half of the room.
Yeah, all heaven.
I want you do the same thing, I believe. You guys have kind of 180 sets, right? So you can film one direction and the other direction in the same area.
Yeah.
So filming this way, normally we just went into a big open room that we had done our expansion in.
What do you have in like the cabinets and drawers? Is it functional?
That's a good question.
The laptop one.
Laptops, Nooks, small form factor,
PlayStation
type stuff. Yeah.
What is this? Is this a Go?
Oh yeah, that's my Legion Go, which I have never used.
Oh really?
I bought it because I thought I would use it.
Yeah.
And I just never. Handheld gaming for me is not something I can get into.
What about on planes, like travel?
No, I just consume media.
Okay. Yeah.
So
this table's nice too.
This is IKEA countertop.
Is that all that is?
Yep.
It looks
all
good.
It is.
Did you stain it or it came like that?
Came like that.
Wow. Okay.
I like the herringbone pattern.
Yeah.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Rest room.
Yeah, there's a bed in there,
Oh yeah. That
so
makes sense.
I've given a few people a tour here. This is the first time anyone's done a video.
Okay.
We are incredibly proud of this door.
Okay.
First of all, this is the most expensive door in the entire building because it's not standard size.
Okay, I was gonna say because it's like half the size of a normal
You would
door.
think half the size means half the price.
Right.
No, anything non-standard means twice the price,
Yeah.
maybe even 3 times. But we actually knocked out this wall to create a actual finished Harry Potter closet.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Automatic lights.
Because there's no wiring in there. But look, there's a sprinkler head in there for fire.
I see the guitars are in here.
Yeah, some of them. So as you can see, we've got our benchmarks running.
I overheard you talking about how much you
Damn
loved it, so I figured I'd teach myself Presentmon.
We're gonna do the same gag a second time. I'm leaving again.
It's so easy to clear Steve out of a room. Just turn on one piece of software.
What is it that makes you like heaven so much?
No reason at all, to be honest. There's
I'll
no
be
valid
honest.
reason.
I do like it for the background because it is still a nice looking benchmark.
Oh no, I can't remember the last time I've actually used heaven as a measurement of anything valid.
Yeah.
Probably the last time might have been Pascal, to be honest.
Yeah, that sounds about right. This room I really liked working in.
And this didn't used to be here. This was warehouse space that we built out into here.
Oh, this was warehouse.
This was warehouse. Yeah, this
Okay.
was non-existing. So when I did my initial walkthrough, I had to really look at the place and imagine what I could do with
So
it.
you converted this to office. So what, they threw up some walls and the drop ceiling?
Yeah, and we built additional walls in front of existing walls because of the neighbor we talked about. You heard
Yeah.
some of the thumping, right?
Yeah.
It's manageable. We can work with that noise. It doesn't bleed into our audio. But other little things, like for instance, the amount of lighting in here is above industry standard because we wanted to light the room.
Well, that's why I liked working in the room. It's very
they're
bright.
temperature adjustable lights as well as brightness adjustment. But every single power drop here too is on its own dedicated 20 amp.
And then I did like the sink setup for all your water cooling. It makes sense.
Yeah, and the healthy snacks for today's
Yep.
today's we'll call it training.
Yeah. Better not to focus on the on our food supply. This setup looks very nice.
I'm gonna get a shop light above it too because we need more
That'd be great,
direct lighting
yeah.
above it. So I was like, if I'm ever gonna do this and have spare time for this, we need to have a permanent setup.
Right.
That's why this is here. We've got the iFixit iron. I haven't used it yet, but I've heard good things about it. I wouldn't begin to know what's a good and bad soldering iron, considering
Sure.
I'm terrible at this.
I'm
but
also not qualified. I don't know.
we can make metal wires stick together,
Yeah.
which is about the extent of our soldering.
That is also what I can handle. These screens are interesting because like I really like our microscope we've been getting a lot of use out of it for
I
inspecting
want to get a better
hardware.
one. This is good for now, but I do want to get a better one.
Oh, I haven't. I like the mounted to it just from a ergonomics perspective. But
Yeah.
I see you have the actual like filter and everything. Yeah.
Well, because the first time we did soldering in our videos, we did not have a fume extractor.
Yeah.
And we heard a lot of very unhappy comments about not having
yeah,
a
it
fume
depends
extractor.
what you're using. On a scale of 9 to 10, how
Is that an NVIDIA graph scale?
yeah, yeah. That's an NVIDIA marketing chart. Yeah, we've improved by 10x.
Honestly, I very rarely started Heaven on my own. I just overheard you talking about how much you loved it. And
PresentMon is running though.
He said, he's using it to get
No,
familiar with PresentMon.
I was literally like, well, I gotta teach myself how to use PresentMon real quick right now. And then I heard you on your rant
Yeah.
in the other room, and I was like, oh, I know the perfect benchmark to run.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's cool to see. It'll be in the other video, but you're gonna start using PresentMon. So
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
yeah,
I didn't realize how much I was not doing myself a service by just sticking to hardware info.
oh yeah, and hardware info is great too, but it's really not it's not the best FPS software. So yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, you've got a good layout where you set up like either the 2 GPU or CPU benches depending on what products is coming out. What is the story with this right here?
That's one of
You wanna get in
Singularity
close?
Computer's ITX
Okay,
power
'cause
boards.
I don't know anything about these guys other than I see them in your videos.
Yeah, so Daniel with Singularity Computers started off by just doing custom builds.
Uh-huh.
A lot of them were in like Case Labs cases. Then he started coming up with his own distro plates. Then he started manufacturing power boards.
This is cool. Yeah, so what's the deal with...
So the power boards were just, really, it's kind of like what Elmore has. Only this was intended to be power distribution rather than measurement.
Okay. Yeah.
But this one here, they decided like, let's take the distro plate, let's mount it to the power board, let's mount the ITX board to the distro
And then
plate.
you have all the fan headers, SATA.
Yeah, and then its counterbalance is just the PSU.
Cool.
And then your GPU would mount this way.
Right.
But it was just an ITX thing.
And then you mount the ITX board here.
Yep. It's also Singularity Computers right there.
This-
That's a water box that holds 4
Oh my
560 millimeter radiators.
What the hell? I must have missed this one. I would remember that.
So basically it's 2 put together because you could do that with them. So you could fit 4 560 rads in there.
And it's just for water cooling.
It's just a water cooling,
Just for
a
radiators.
radiator box.
And then do fans, I guess fans mount over here.
Fans mount
and
on
it
the
flows
sides.
through.
Yep.
Okay. Did you ever fully set it up?
No, because I couldn't figure out a realistic scenario which to load up 4 times 560.
There is none. But that's
especially,
the fun part of
especially
it.
with like SLI and stuff being dead.
What is this?
So that again was Singularity's. They call it the power. It's power board test bench.
Yeah.
We were using that as a test bench for a bit, but it's actually not the most efficient at removing and adding boards and changing things out.
Right.
So we used it for a bit.
I see what they're going for though.
Yeah.
It's funny if they kind of mixed and matched some ideas with Elmore and with the open bench table guys.
Those are 2 people I think should collaborate.
Yeah, Singularity based on this, I think would do well with them. What are all these toggles? Oh, fan speeds.
So
Oh,
you
that's
can-
cool. So fan controllers. It's all these switches. I'm not sure what those do from here. It looks like temperature sensing.
Yeah. So you have temperature sensors on there as well.
Yeah.
And then there's
power and reset.
power reset, and then those are also toggles between board logic or motherboard logic on fan control.
Oh, okay, cool. And all the fan headers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
Like it's a convenient base to be able to plug things into if you wanted to make things power up.
I just like, I mean, would I use this? No, because we have a setup I like.
There's
But-
a major flaw in this design. So you're intended, you can see the cutouts here on the side for the fans to go here for like a radiator or whatnot.
Yeah.
Almost every GPU except the FE now is too long.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see.
That was the first thing we ran
Yeah,
into.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so like Strix won't fit on there.
Even
Zotac
still,
won't fit on
though,
there.
I mean, what I was going to get at is like, this is the kind of stuff that to me, it's exciting to see this stuff because it's cool.
Different.
Yeah, it's not the everyday.
I mean, it's like we're in a world now of fish tanks and microwaves for cases, right?
Yeah.
And it's like to see something different like that come out of an independent designer.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's down there in Australia all by himself coming up with this stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty nice.
And this is all just
Hardware.
crap.
I mean, it's funny. It's like, yeah, this is the stuff we see every day for people in
This
the
is
audience.
the part that people go, whoa, when they
Yeah.
see these tours, but it's like, it just represents how many hours of work and
It's obligations.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. No, it's a good collection, though.
So this is the RTFM podcast set. But you notice when you walk in here how tight the sound is,
Yeah.
right?
It's
you can
really
still,
nice. This is this wood?
It's actually
is it like
it's actually laminated PVC.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I want you to notice something real quick. This is a testament to, this was an existing room that was already
Yeah.
here. Listen. If you walk in there, you won't hear it anymore.
Yeah.
Because that room I built to a sound standard. So I still have to treat the ceiling on this one. Because what we're
Yeah.
hearing is the sound come through the warehouse and down through the ceiling.
Is it Captain hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like boats.
Admiral or Captain?
I don't know. I mean, warships put me in
Do
their
the
game.
do the quote, Jay. Do the quote.
I like boats.
We got
Do the
it.
thing. I feel like I'm so conflicted because they put me in their game. Like they did artwork, right?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be an admiral, but I'm the most non-decorated admiral in history because I have like 2 ribbons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at this point, I might as well just be an ensign because there's just apparently I've achieved nothing in my Navy career.
Yeah. This table, at the risk of asking a very boring question, but is this a custom table or these?
It
are,
is.
Okay.
It is custom. You can buy them. So the minimum order is 2.
Uh-huh.
I ordered 3, obviously, and you can do up to 9, which will give you a complete circle.
Okay.
They are extremely expensive.
Yeah, I believe
It's
it.
from a company called the Podcast Tables Workshop.
Oh wow. Okay. So they
It's actually
just
one.
make it for
It's
this.
actually one guy. That's just so it's a capture device for our microphones.
Yeah.
Everyone gets their own monitor, headphone jack, their own levels.
Yeah.
So the way we do this is we're actually capturing audio directly on here for our audio only listeners.
Okay.
So that can be syndicated up to our podcast distribution.
Oh, cool.
But then we go main mix down out from here to our camera, and from our camera back through HDMI into our Elgato capture card.
Okay.
That way we never deal with desync.
Oh yeah.
Because desync between, like an OBS, between video and audio with 2 interfaces is terrible.
Cool.
And it can shift, which sucks.
I really like the fake wood, I guess, but the backdrop. It seems like it would help a lot with acoustics.
It does. If you notice, there's an acoustic backing on it.
Yeah. It's also porous, which would help. And it looks nice. What do you got next?
I guess we can show you the warehouse, which alone is bigger than our whole other place together.
Yeah, the warehouse.
And it's going to be
was-
kind of loud out here with music because of the neighbor,
neighbor.
but it gives a good demonstration of the acoustic in here.
Well, you used to basically film in the
Oh.
warehouse.
Yeah. So you can hear that.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
You imagine if I didn't sound treat this room, that would be impossible to work.
I would move out immediately. Yeah.
So anyway, this section right here, I have not had time to even, this is still unsorted.
Inventory.
Most of
stock.
it's unsorted. Like some of it's like our mats and stuff I have on hand. You see old builds and cases, things that I haven't done videos on yet that I want. Like I actually sourced this old Nobilis system. Oh,
What
the
is
panel.
this?
So I
don't know if I remember that or not.
just got bored one day.
Oh, there's something on top of it.
I just got bored one day and was like, I got all these Be Quiet fans. We should do something with it. So I made myself a fan wall with one of our old CPU trays we had printed.
You guys are making me want to get a 3D printer.
It's fun. It is
Yeah.
because, especially since I want to start getting into more like actual CNC stuff, 3D printing is awesome for the modeling aspect.
Yeah.
It's much cheaper.
Oh, is that what you're using over here?
Yeah, so this is our
Okay.
Prusa XL. That's a 5 head.
So I know nothing about 3D printers. I don't even really know what to ask, but I guess what purposes do they each serve? Or is it just you upgraded?
So yeah, this was the first one we got, which was the Lulzbot, the Taz Lulzbot workhorse.
Uh-huh.
Larger filament, larger nozzle. It's good for big, rough builds. But the Prusa stuff, it's like anything else. You get into the enthusiast realm, you're going to have a lot of opinions, right?
Yeah.
But the Prusa stuff for us has allowed us to print very detailed,
Yeah. it looks
consistent
good.
prints.
Yeah.
But the workbed on this is very tiny, as you can see. We couldn't print even a 240 like shroud if I wanted.
Right.
Right. So the bigger test bed on the Prusa XL is nice, but this is 5 heads.
Okay.
So we could have 5 different filaments loaded at the same time.
Do they print at the same time or
Yeah.
they take turns?
Yeah, it'll
Okay.
actually park the head and grab the new one.
Oh, cool.
And you can do a multicolored print.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good at that. But you can use mixed materials that way.
Retro build project, question mark?
Yeah, so that's a fully functioning Windows 98, or excuse me, Windows XP Nobilis system
Okay.
that I'm right now just searching for a period correct AGP card for it.
Okay.
And I want to do some retro gaming on it.
So I've seen like up here this piping track. I'm assuming that's left over from a prior tenant.
Yeah, so
do you have any use for it?
I'm going to be using it. So you can see right now it's just looped into city water supply. But you notice that's all plastic piping there?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be for our DI water system.
Okay.
So it has to be full plastic, otherwise it'll pick up ions from the metals, right? So I just haven't got our filter in here yet.
Cool.
The cool thing is that LED that's on there, that actually tells us the parts per million in terms of ionization. So when that light turns red, time to change the filter, green when it's good. Otherwise, the rest of it is, you can see all that copper piping, that is plumbed in for our compressed air.
Got it. I recognize it. I can't remember it.
It's that convertible one.
It's Lian Li.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like once we converted it, I forgot how to put it back and we lost the manual, so
Yeah.
you can see we just...
No, that was our critique of this case.
Yeah.
I remember Jameson presenting it to me, and I was like, I have a question. Why?
Yeah, I thought that the way that it converts was not really a problem that needed to be addressed.
It didn't make much sense, this one. Yeah. Server?
Yeah, it's our data room. I don't know how much you want to show in here since it shows our security system and stuff, whatnot. But but that has all that's where everything
Don't
terminates.
show our Wi-Fi password, dude. It's still on the record.
So is it upstairs now?
Yeah, so upstairs is all the offices. We kind of call these stairs Mount Everest.
Oh my God. There's more of them. This is nice.
Yeah. But yeah, you can see now it's all literally just handled in self-contained.
Wow. Yeah, this is nice. So there's the answer to my sim racer question.
It's one of them, yeah. This is another piece to the one you saw downstairs.
Yeah.
So he was going to start building it here. My wife was really pushing for us to have some sort of gaming / decompression area. She pops in every now and then. So she's like, you guys, she's like, we should do a foosball table, but as you can see up here has kind of not been the priority in terms of getting it built out. I keep having to remind myself, I've only been here a month and a half, but it feels like I've been here forever.
Sim racer's all functional, I guess?
Yeah, that one's fully functional.
Cool. What are these rooms?
So my office here.
I see the...
Yeah, Nick printed that. So there's an example of having the multi-head printer
Yeah.
can do two materials
That is
or
cool.
two colors. My desk setup, I don't even have anything really truly on display yet other than my boats. And
So you go single monitor for your setup?
yeah,
I'm mostly just curious.
I used to use multi-monitor, but I find just a single ultra-wide's fine.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone raved about the Alienware OLED ultra-wide for so long that I was like, fine, I'll try it. It's pretty good.
This is very clean,
Yeah,
the setup. This keyboard's nice, too.
yeah, that's the Keychron Q6 Max. So pick it up, feel the weight of that. You like 10 key?
I do like 10 key. Oh my God.
It's a full metal chassis.
Oops, I've booted your computer.
It's fine.
That's a nice keyboard.
It's technically wireless, but I don't use it wireless.
It's another industry I know nothing about is like the keyboards.
It's one I just started
Okay.
kind of getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of RGBs.
Yeah.
Well, I did this just because I knew Steve was coming.
It does. The system looks good.
So this is Nick and Phil's office here.
No, this is a nice office.
I plumbed more AC into here because I'm like, 2 bodies, 2 workstations.
Yeah.
A 12 by 12 room. It could probably get pretty warm. This is going to end up being the quote unquote kitchenette, if you will. We'll probably do some counter here with some chairs and stuff. A proper stand for our microwave, a small fridge here.
Yeah,
right
kind
now-
of call it a galley style.
Right.
Yeah. So conference room.
Yeah, that chair, those 2 chairs and that table out there.
Yeah.
That was the extent of the space I had in the other place to meet with anyone.
Right.
But this gives us a place too to either watch content, make notes on our own content.
Right.
Apparently now interview people, which again, you can have that. I don't want anything to do with that. But this actually was originally an office.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is ridiculous to have an office this size. So I felt like this made a better meeting space. One thing I want to point out though is like, I get asked a lot, like, why do we move again? Why do we move again? This, like for me, this has nothing to do with increasing the quality of the content. This increases our quality of life.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Because I'm sure as you've noticed now, everything has its intended area.
Yeah.
And we're not even utilizing it all yet. We have room to grow and have more intentionality of where things are and why they're there.
Well, I mean, the space per person is pretty huge.
Yeah.
You know, like the fact that everybody has probably like over 1,000 square feet sort of distributed. So
Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, this unit's
key.
about 5,000 square feet. Our old one was 2,200.
Oh yeah.
The
So
one
you're-
before that was
you're,
1,200.
Like 1,500 a person basically. So there's
Yeah.
plenty of room.
And I could have made that lab bigger, going into the warehouse
Right.
more, but I wanted to make that.
The lab space seems good. That seems
Yeah.
like very refined. So
Yeah.
and you can do more in there.
So yeah, that's the headquarters.
Very cool. I like it. Awesome. Well, check back because we're gonna have the lab setup stuff.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of cutting and kind of figuring out how we put it together. But
You only have like 8 hours of footage you guys.
it's really cool content. Though.
I've never seen a camera run that continuously for a piece of content before.
Yeah.
And as the timer is ticking away on that, I'm just feeling bad for whoever the editor is on that. Are we looking at him? Okay. Well, sorry about that, Vitalii. It's okay though.
I feel the pain. I feel your pain.
Since he
Jay.
cam opped though, he kind of has it in his head like, okay, here's how the day went. Here's
Yeah.
some stuff I know I can just sort of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Thanks for load balancing the work for the team because that's gonna be probably about a week of cuts, but we'll try to distribute it. We'll get some of the other people in on it too. Yeah.
Well, you can't rush art. So.
That's right. Yes, we're making art here. And if you would like to check out more art, you can go to Jay's channel, JayzTwoCents. And thank you all for watching. Thanks, Jay, for everything.
Thanks for coming by.
We'll see you all next time.